Shiny Tirtouga and Shiny Archen, the two brand new shiny fossil Pokemon introduced into the Adventure Week. I really want to get them, but there's only two ways for me to obtain these. The first one being hatching them out of 7-kilometer eggs, which is a decent tactic, but you are limited, or you can do researches, which are a little bit more difficult, but it is still possible. And seeing that I was up until 3 a.m. hatching all my eggs today, there's only one more option for me, and that's to do my researches. Luckily, I brought these in from yesterday. These are all hatching egg tasks, so we'll see what happens. They could be Tirtouga, they could be Archen, I don't care, I just want a shiny of either one of them. So let's see what happens. With our first research check, it is a Tirtouga, but unfortunately not shiny, and a 630. That's not bad. I believe 638 is the hundo, so that's pretty up there. But perhaps number 2 will be the one. Come on! And our final encounter, will we actually get an Archen this time? No, we get another Tirtouga that sadly isn't shiny. On to the next batch. Here's our next batch of 3. Let's see what happens with the first one. It is a Archen, sadly not a shiny one, and this one is a 757. I believe it's 789 is the hundo for this thing, so good luck on that. Number dose. What are you gonna be, turtle or bird? Another bird, but not shiny. And the final one of this batch. Come on, what are ya? It is another Archen. All right, so 3 Archens in a row. None of them have great IVs and none of them shiny, sadly, but I don't know which one I want more out of the 2, to be honest with you. I feel like I want the Tirtouga more just because I like the turquoise, but the green on the Archen looks really good, so I mean, either one I'd just be really happy with. So I'm just randomly hatching any eggs I get, and sure enough, I actually hatched a shiny Azurill, so that's neat. And with that batch of 4 or 5-kilometer eggs, I can actually move on with these ones and see what we get. But that's cool, at least we got a shiny in this video. Let's see what number 1 is. It is an Archen, cool. Encounter number 2 though, you're gonna be the shiny, right? Yeah, nah, that's fine though. And a 769, nice. And the very final encounter is going to be a Tirtouga that isn't shiny, unfortunately, and a 624. Another batch of 3, come on, give me a shiny something. That is not a shiny something, and the IVs are okay. Encounter number dose from this set is an Archen, but sadly not a shiny one, and 760. And our final one, come on. Oh man, I really want that one too, and 617. We're now in Loot Garden, which is a absolutely beautiful spot, and they have quite a few stops here, so maybe we'll get lucky and get some more of our Tirtouga and Archen quests. And speaking of which, we do have 3 of them, so let's see what happens with the middle one. Let's just go with the middle one. We got a Tirtouga, unfortunately not shiny, and a 609. The second one is going to be an Archen that sadly isn't shiny, and a 759. And the last one is going to be a Archen that also isn't shiny. Turns out they had 3 of them here, so that's great. First one is a Tirtouga, sadly not a turquoise one. 624 CP though, that's not half bad. Let's see what number 2 gives us though. Another Tirtouga, cool. 607, not shiny, and our final encounter is going to be with another Tirtouga, but again, sadly not a shiny one. I really hope that these aren't full odds. I've seen a few people getting quite a few of them, but that doesn't mean anything. For all we know, people are just getting really lucky on full odds. Maybe we'll get lucky, but we did not with this Tirtouga, unfortunately. 621, that is okay. Let's move on to the dose one. Also a Tirtouga, not shiny, sadly, 608, and is it sadly not gonna be a shiny, seeing that I keep saying that over and over again? It is a Tirtouga, it's 625, and again, not shiny. Okay. All right, guys, this is our last batch of 3 for the day. I've got things I gotta take care of. So, number 1, are you gonna be not shiny, unfortunately, and an Archen, though. I really love Archen. I'm hoping that I get that, but I like them both. They're both really good. Let's see what number 2 is, though. It is another Archen that sadly isn't shiny, 758. And our very final one is not a shiny, and it is an Archen. Wow, 3 Archens in a row, jeez. And now it's day 2, and we're gonna continue with these researches, starting off with these 2 right here. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get something good. Tirtouga is our first thing, which is awesome, 625 CP. And our second one is another Tirtouga that isn't shiny, and a 626. And since it's the next day, we can do our eggs. We've got 9 7-kilometer eggs. I was about to say 9-kilometer eggs for some reason, don't know why, but anyways, the first one's gonna be an Archen. I'm down to see it. I'm definitely down to see it, but I've been hearing a rumor that these might be full odds, and that actually scares me. Number 2, though, is Cranidos. I'm always down with more XLs for Cranidos. Let's see what number 3 gives us. Tirtouga. Love to see it. It's such a great Pokemon, but let's get a turquoise one. Number 4, Shuckle. You know, funny story, Goku actually got a shiny Shuckle from one of these eggs recently, which was hilarious. Number 5 is Cranidos. Okay, not bad. Number 6, though, is Slugma. That's not what I want to see at all. Let's see what number 7 gives us, though. Another Slugma, of course. You speak it into existence. Number 8 is Amora. Cool. Haven't seen one of those in a while. And the final egg is Tyrunt, not Tyrantrum, not yet. With those eggs comes 3 checks. Let's see what happens with the first one. It's an Archen. That's cool, but it isn't shiny. Ooh, 789 though. That's really up there. Actually, I think that's the hundo. I actually think this is the hundo. Let's catch this one real quick. Maybe we got a hundo Archen, which I would really love. I would absolutely love that. So 1, 2, 3. Click. Awesome. You know, I really do think this is the hundo because the other one was 38, I believe. So let's see what happens. Come on, hundo Archen. Yeah, all right, awesome. We'll favor that. I'm not going to evolve it right now, but that's super cool. I actually really wanted to get this for the hundo decks. Quest number 2, can you follow it up? Well, that's Tirtouga, but is it going to be a hundo? No, it's not going to be a hundo. And our very final one is another Archen. It isn't shiny, and it's definitely not another hundo. 2 tasks. Let's see what we get. First one is Tirtouga, and the second one is going to be an Archen. Awesome. And this one is a 773. And here is 9 more 7-kilometer eggs. Number 1. This Slugma. That's not a great start. Maybe number 2 is better. No, it's not. Okay. Number 3 is a Shieldon. Okay. Number 4 is another Slugma. Number 5 is Cranidos. Always down with that. Number 6, Slugma. Number 7, Archen. Cool. Down with that. Number 8, another Archen. Very cool. And the final egg is a Shieldon. And with those eggs, we've completed tasks. Number 1, what are you? An Archen? Pretty cool. The second task was a Tirtouga. And the final task, what are you? Another Archen. Hey everybody, just got done with the stream, had a great time. It was a lot of fun, a lot of new followers. Thank you everybody for watching. It was just fantastic. If you're not following me on Twitch, by the way, there's a link in the description box below. It'll take you right there. It doesn't cost you a thing to watch. It's a great time. But of course, this happens as soon as I wrap up the stream and raided somebody. Shiny Laleep. I love it. It's a great shiny, but like, you couldn't have just done it a couple minutes earlier when I was doing a stream, but whatever, it is what it is. There we go. Oh, well, there we go. There we go. We hit it. But yeah, it's cool to get it. It's a nice shiny. I would say this is actually my second shiny fossil Pokemon of this event, which is kind of sad to say. I'm hoping I'll be able to rack some more up, but I have not had a lot of shiny luck during this event. But let's take a look at these IVs. Whew. That thing just kept going. I really thought the HP was going to keep going too, but that is a really good 3 stars. That's insane. Well, on that note, let's head back out there and hatch my last eggs. And here is our final 6 eggs. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky. Number 1 is, all right, well, I mean, not shiny, but I'm always down with Cranidos. Number 2, another Cranidos. Again, perfectly down with that. Number 3, Archen. Okay, this batch is already pretty good. Number 4, Tirtouga. Okay, I like this. Number 5, man, I'm loving this so far. See what the final egg gives us, though. That's not bad at all. Not a single shiny, but everything in that hatch I was okay with. But is this good? Because this looks pretty good. Goku. Shout out to the homie Alex. We got a shiny Snowball. Cool. Big fossil event. They're everywhere, and we found a clown dog. It's a beautiful shiny. I absolutely love it, but this is not what we're aiming for, so hopefully we'll get something soon. And I spoke too soon. We finally got the Skittle. I love this shiny. It's such a good one. And obviously Kabutops, really good as well. Like I said in the previous video, I think the Gen 1 shiny fossils are some of the best ones. They're not the best for sure, but they're pretty solid. So hopefully we got a good one of this. Or 0% would be cool. My buddy Goku actually does have a 0% one of these, and this one is not a 0%, just in the middle. I have no idea why I'm firing off all of a sudden. I mean, literally, past couple days have been like, okay, and then today, I've been just getting shinies like every 20 minutes. This is weird. Hopefully our shiny luck will continue with these researches. Number 1 is a non-shiny Tirtouga. Maybe the second one will be shiny, finally? Nope, that's not a shiny Tirtouga. And the last encounter, what are you? An Archen that isn't shiny. 3 more. Come on, baby. Shiny something. All right, well, Tirtouga, but not shiny, 603. Number 2, what are you? An Archen that isn't shiny. And the very final encounter is with another Tirtouga that does not shine. And now we're back home because I had to take care of some stuff, but I do have 3 more of the quests. These will be the last 3 of the video. Let's see what happens with number 1. It is an Archen, sadly, that isn't shiny. The second one is going to be another Archen, and the very final one is going to be the one and only Tirtouga. But none of those were shiny. And this one, wow, I've not seen one in the 5s before. This one's real bad. Even though we didn't get a single shiny Archen or Tirtouga, we did get this Hundo Archen. So let's turn it into a Hundo Archeops, just because, you know, for the Hundo decks yet again. And I'm happy I got this, but I'm really hoping I end up getting a shiny one of either of them. I don't care which one, but I want one. But it looks like, and from what I've been hearing from everybody on Twitter and everything, I've been looking all over the place, that these might actually be full odds. And I'm just gonna be 100% honest here, it would be pretty terrible if they were. And the major reason why I say that would be awful is because there's only 2 ways to get these things right now. 7-kilometer eggs and in research. And apparently some people are seeing them in the wild, but I have yet to see one in the wild, and I've been playing like 9+ hours a day. I have not seen a single one this entire event. Now, if they were spawning in the wild, I wouldn't nearly be as unhappy about them being full odds, because at least they would be out there for us to grind for. Like, if they had the same spawn rate as Rampardos and Bastiodon and Aerodactyl, I'd be perfectly fine with that, because you could go out there and if you put in a solid grind, you'd probably run into 50+ of them, so at least you would have more of a shot. But right now, you have to just hope that the limited number of eggs you can get will give you them, or kind of a limited number of researches. I mean, there's not a lot of them out there. There's a decent number, but they're really not as common as you'd like them to be, and the quests take a little while to do. You either walk a little bit to get them, or you walk a little bit to hatch them eggs and hope that you have low eggs, because if you go for 5s and 10s, it's gonna take you longer. So I think that they probably should have been perma-boosted at least to like a 1 in 64 rate, because at least then you still have to grind for them. Like, it's a little bit more common, but you still have to find these quests and you have to hatch these eggs, so it's still not a guarantee, but full odds on these things just seems a little ridiculous. But that's my opinion. You let me know in the comments down below how you feel about that. But with that being said, I am enjoying this event quite a bit. I love the spawns of this event. I think that the Cranidoses and the Shieldons are phenomenal. It's amazing to have them. And the Bastiodons and Rampardoses everywhere are great because you're getting XLs for them. So in the end of the day, it's not a terrible event. It's just more that I wish that they would have tweaked a little bit of things here and there to make it even better. But right now, I'm giving it a solid C, you know, like a 7 out of 10. It's a decent event. Don't forget to smash the like button for me, show me some love, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you know when I upload, and also comment down below. Have you managed to get a shiny Archen or a shiny Tirtouga yet? I would love to know. Links for Patreon and merch are in the description box below. But with that being said, this is the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one.